The diagnosis of the president and first lady is raising more awareness about COVID testing. NBC4's Gordon Tokumatsu went to a local testing center for more insight on how testing could be handled with the White House staff.
We visited the Dexterity Diagnostics Lab in Compton, which offers rapid PCR testing, very similar to what's provided to the White House staff.
About a minute or two.
Dexterity provides testing kits like these that quickly take a saliva sample from employees at a client company. I sat down to provide one myself.
Okay.
If I were a Dexterity client, my sample would take about a day to test here at the lab, much faster and less uncomfortable than the deep nasal samples you've seen many times by now. The company's CEO, Bob Terbruggen, says it's very similar to what White House staffers get on a daily basis, except their samples are taken with a swab from the outer nose.
PCR, when done right, is about 2% false negative.
We wondered, though, after what has happened at the Trump White House overnight, if this is similar to the rapid antigen test, which also requires a saliva sample. Some businesses have already been adopting them for customers as they reopen, among them airlines, which offer them to passengers before they board a jetliner.
The test at the White House is different than the antigen test.
Terbruggen says antigen tests were designed for people who are already exhibiting symptoms. The White House protocols are a much better and more accurate form of the test. So how did the president and key members of his staff get infected? Terbruggen says testing likely had nothing to do with it. But here's the overriding point. All the testing in the world, even the best testing, is not going to do you any good if you don't wear your mask and social distance after you take it. Terbruggen says that's likely how this happened. White House testing is as rigorous and reliable as what Dexterity offers. But this White House is not known for masks or social distancing.
Are you surprised this happened?
No, because testing doesn't stop you from getting the infection, right? It just tells you, it lets you monitor it and catch it early.
Whoever brought coronavirus to the president and his inner circle may have been tested and retested. But if masks were not a part of the follow-up, PCR testing simply isn't enough to keep you healthy. In Compton, Gordon Tokumatsu, NBC4 News.